very thoughtful, it was very refreshing, and you have 3 different opinions, but the common ground is we can all have different ways of doing it and not have to make anyone feel bad about their own way of doing that. You can embrace everyone's unique point of view, unique perspective. I really enjoyed that video, and again, I'll put that in the description box below. Okay, let's move on to video games. This is a category I didn't mention in my previous monthly favorites, but this month, because I couldn't really move that much more time to play the Switch. So I do actually have the Switch Lite, and so the games I'm gonna mention are mostly on Nintendo Switch, but I think maybe on PC and maybe even on PS. Most of the time what comes out on Nintendo Switch has been also released on either PC or other kind of video formats. I actually am what I call a very casual gamer. I like chill games, and I didn't realize that there was this whole plethora of actual games that were put out there for the same kind of group as me, which are people who loves cozy games, chill games, get into the blanket, have a game that's going to be really chill, distressing, no kind of like dying, no kind of time pressure, anything like that. You just do you take your time, you explore a new world. Those are my kind of favorite games. And so I have 2 games that I have been loving so much in the month of September that if you are a casual gamer like me, I think you could totally love. The first one I'm gonna mention is called Yonder Cloud Chronicles. It is a video game that I think is not just on Twitch. This one I'm pretty sure you can play on PC and other formats. Imagine Zelda, but without the fighting, without the dying, without the monsters. This is pretty much what Yonder Cloud is. You are this little character that explores this huge world. You can do some farming, you have some quests to do, else the bigger kind of main story is all around trying to get rid of polluting substance that has gone through this whole world. And so you're the only person who can actually discover and talk to sprites. So you go around this world to recover magic in the world, to find the sprites again, so that together you can use your magic to get rid of this very toxic polluting substance, the world to be healthy, beautiful and magical again. There is some exploration, there is some quest, there is some really cute animals, because you can actually do some farming where you can get the animals to come to your farms. A beautiful experience. The graphics are gorgeous. You really are put in this beautiful world. Nothing is ever threatening. If you fall off a cliff, you just pop out this little umbrella like Mary Poppins and gently fall to the ground. If you jump in the river and drown, you just magically reappear. You take it at your time. You can do what you want. You can follow the main story if you want to, or you can kind of do the side quests first. I did the side quest first because I enjoyed it so much, and then in the end I went back and finished the main story. But even if you finish the main story, you can still evolve in the world, you can still tend to your farms, etc. You can still do some quests. This is a game that you could play for hours and hours. The second game I want to mention is called Spiritfarer, and it's been described as a cozy game about dying. And it really is that. When you think about it, cozy game about dying, you're like, what? Like, this sounds so strange. This game is a beautiful indie game that is so moving, so emotional. I have not finished it yet. I'm probably halfway through the story and I've already shed many tears. It's very emotional. And the premise of this game is that you are a little being called Stella, and you have a cat called Daffodil, which, by the way, isn't that the cutest name for a cat? I love that. And you take over from the person who normally helps the spirits go from the human world, cross over to the spirit world. You take over as the Spiritfarer, and so you're given this huge boat where you kind of take on spirits who are not quite ready to leave Earth yet, and you tend to their needs, you feed them, you listen to their stories, you follow some quests where they ask you to go back to where they live or help them process emotions, etc., while tending to your boat. So there's a lot of like kind of management of things like fishing and growing plants and cooking and crafting and things like that, but you also are exploring different islands because you have the boat, so you can go to different islands to do some quests, find some spirits, etc. And when the spirits are ready to pass over, you take them to this kind of portal and they pass on, and so this is why you're the Spiritfarer. And oh my god, this game, the aesthetic is to die for. I find it beautiful. The music is amazing. It is very moving. You have to tend to your spirit's well-being, so not only can you cook for them and things like that, but you can also give them hugs, and that is like hit me in the feels.